Welcome to episode 28 of the Thelma Tapes, the Living Memory Association podcast. This edition is dedicated to legendary Scottish boxer Ken Buchanan, and in his own words tells the story of Kenny's journey from Towerbank School in Portobello all the way to undisputed lightweight champion of the world and beyond. Back in time we go.
Lightweight champion of the world, Ken Buchanan.
I was 8 years old, in 1953, started at Sparta, and I weighed 3 stone 2 pounds. That was my first 2 fights. I had 2 fights on the same night at the Sparta Boxing Club, and it was, as you can understand, it was chock-a-block. I had 2 fights in one night, which I won. I told a lie about my age. And of course at that time in 1953 they weren't going to exactly say bring me in your birth certificates and that, like, you know what I mean, because they would probably lose them anyway.
What age were you officially allowed to start boxing at then, Ken?
It was 9-10 year old.
Right, and you were 8.
I was 8, so it's unbelievable. And I became the 3 stone 7 club champion. 3 stone 7. There are some folk get born that way, and there was one weight underneath me, 3 stone. I was 3 stone 7. Then the next weight was 8 stone. And eventually I was 9 stone 9 when I won the world title. Since I was 5-6 year old, I used to go down to the Figgyburn Park in Edinburgh, and I used to just train there, and I used to be so fast with my jabbing and moving that, you know, guys would challenge me. And I remember speaking to them years later, like years after things had happened, when I was about 16, 17, 18, I was 8 up to then. I was boxing basically anybody, like, you know what I mean? And there were a couple of guys that were good boxers. I went to Tower Bank, and then I went to Portobello Secondary, and then I went to become a joiner.
And where did you do your apprenticeship as a joiner?
In Rose Street. I'm a joiner at trade, yeah. I'm not brilliant. I bend nails like everybody else. I'm not talking about the nails in the hand. School was alright, yeah. I quite enjoyed it. Like, you know, I got picked on by some of the older guys. Like, I was in the first year at school, secondary, and I was like 14, 15. I could look after myself, like, you know. Some of them used to call me the bully of the school, but I wasn't bullying people about. Like, guys would come up and want to have a go fighting with me because their dad says, that guy there, Ken Buchanan, at your school, in your class, he's a boxer, so you can look after him, like, you know.
So you were being challenged right from the beginning?
Aye, even for the laddie's bloody feather.
And was there any particular person that was training you that you
Yeah, my dad, he come along at the gym, he looked after me. Plus he didn't want to see me going up the road for Pierce Hill, the prefabs in Pierce Hill. He didn't want to see me coming and go all the way up through there and go to the gym in Leith Walk, McDonald Road. It was good. I enjoyed it, like, you know what I mean.
Who were your sort of
Joe
heroes?
Lewis. I was coming up for 8, and my dad says, come on, I'm going to take you to see a film. I said, Dad, what kind of film is it going to be? Coming up for 8 years old, a boxing film. I said, Joe Louis. I said, who's he? Joe Louis is the world heavyweight champion. My dad worked in the dental line. He wasn't an actual dentist in that night. He was the first man you seen in Lorison Place when you walk in the door. He'd been in there for years and years and years.
His name was Tommy, wasn't he?
Tommy, that's right.
Tommy Buchanan.
Tommy Buchanan.
Once talking to him and was talking to people like here, and they asked him about you. Everybody spoke about you, your physique and the way you use yourself like Ali. And we're talking about it, and your dad says, of course I got that for me, I was a dancer.
Of course.
It was, you're right saying that.
Aye, he danced for Victor Sylvester.
That's right.
And he used to try me in the living room, like, he'd dance. Because I was coming up for Sportsman of the Year award. I was guaranteed it, like, and I had to go up and dance with Princess Anne, like. I says to her, didn't stand on my feet too much for you know. She was great, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. How am I doing, darling? You're doing all right, Ken. You're all right, Kenneth. Just keep your hands on my shoulder.
We'll get
round here. I said, we're only going to the dance floor. But it was a big dinner, and that Terry Downs and all them, they were all there, like, so what a great time, like.
1965, when you became the ABA featherweight champion.
I was in the Albert Hall in London, like, I boxed an English guy. I think I had 2 fights in one night. The one during the day and one at night, something like that.
Because it was a knockout competition, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a wee bit like that, like, you know, your weight division, like, you know. I won the British ABA featherweight title.
Were you ever tempted to hang on as an amateur to fight in the Commonwealth Games in 66?
Oh, I might have been, like, you know what I mean? Because it was only a year or so later, like, they were going to do it. But I was thinking about hanging on and going for the Commonwealth. But my dad says to me, son, it's not going to really add a great deal towards your getting a good manager, like, you know.
Yeah.
You've got one there, Eddie Thomas, down in Wales, and he'll take you. So I just went with Eddie in 65.
And I suppose it was about earning money as well, wasn't it? Rather than hanging around as an amateur.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a way, like, you know. It wasn't big money. It was only £50 a fight or something I was getting, you know. But in 1965, £50 was a few bob.
You started boxing professionally 20th of September 1965. The fight against Brian Tonks by a knockout.
Brian Tonks, yeah, Brian Tonks.
Do you have much of a memory of that actual fight?
Oh, it was a hard wee boy, like, you know what I mean? It was a good wee induction into the boxing game, like, you know. He gave me a good wee fight. It was in the National Sporting Club at Cafe Royal in London, and I stopped him in about 3 rounds or something, 3 or 4 rounds. And that was me started off. But there was a lot of guys my age and my size and what have you, like, that used to be training, and we used to work out together and all that in the Sparta Amateur Boxing Club in McDonald Road in Edinburgh, and I worked out there, and things just came to a stop when I got the chance. I shot at the British title. It was my 23rd fight or something like that. And then Maurice Cullen came along. He was a British lightweight champion. I got a shot at him and I beat him. So I stopped him. I think it was the 13th round or the 12th round or something like that. He didn't come out, like, you know. Oh, I've been all over that world, all over the place. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Africa, Italy, France, Spain.
First fight for a world title on the 29th of January 1970, when you challenged the WBC junior welterweight champion Miguel Velasquez in Madrid for the European lightweight title. That was your first defeat. I remember listening to Nigel Benn talking about his first defeat as to that was what really made him as a boxer. Did it have that kind of effect on you, or? It
made me think I got to do a wee bit extra than what I'd done, like, not just in the fight but also in the training. And he never come up for another fight, like, nothing really happened to him, like, you know.
And then we're on to Puerto Rico to fight Laguna, of course.
Ismail.
And had he been champion for a while then?
Yeah, he'd been champion for a year or two, like. He got the chance to a shot at me, like, you know, and they told them, like, you know. And they took the fight because they thought it was going to be easier.
Yeah.
But I can see this now because I think he took me too easy at the first fight and got the fight of his life. It was in Miami and I was waiting to go out. I said, we're going out in a minute, Kenny, like. And I heard a big cheer and all this nonsense. I thought, what the hell is that? They made a big noise. I'm not even out there yet. No, Kenny says, he's in the ring. I said, he can't be in the ring. I said, I go in the ring first. He said, no, he says, he's went and jumped in the ring. That was Laguna, aye. He's jumped in the ring in front of me. It was outside 90. It was 90 to 100 degrees in heat and 15 rounds, 1 minute rest. You didn't even get a minute rest. When the bell goes, it goes ding, and it takes you about 5 seconds to walk back to your corner. It takes you about 10 seconds to come out your corner. It's just one of these things. My dad asked this woman if he could borrow her parasol so that he can see the fight. My manager bending over doing my cuts, like, you know, cleaning them up and that, like, you know, try to stop them from bleeding, like, you know. And my dad would be standing there with the parasol over me, like, you know, over my head, like, giving me a wee bit shade.
Was there a point when you thought, I've won this, or was it always?
Yeah, I felt I won it, but it was near the end of the fight. It wasn't at the beginning or in the middle. No. It was near the end of the fight. I felt that, you know, that I had him at the end of the ropes, pressurising him too much, like, you know. And he was running out of the stream a wee bit, like, you know. And no, it was a hard fight. It was a harder fight than Duran.
Really?
Duran was his sparring partner for that fight that we had in Madison Square Gardens, 1970.
But you liked Laguna, did you?
Yeah, he was a lovely guy. Yeah. He couldn't really speak any English, like, you know. Right. But he was a lovely guy, like, you know, and he was nice to know. And him and I, we always got on well, like, you know. Boxers do, because we have regards for each other. It's just a thing, like, you know, we're boxers, like, you know. And then the second fight, it was built a lot harder, like. We spoke about it after the fight, like, you know, and we spoke to, like, my dad would speak to his manager and say to him, like, you know, it was a great fight, like, you know what I mean? And the man says, Ken done great and done well, and what have you, like.
I remember Barry McGuigan wilting in the heat against Steve Cruz when he lost his title.
Yeah.
And they were saying a lot of people predicted that would happen to you, but you seemed to deal all right with the heat in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I got by it, like, you know, I just didn't bother about it, like, you know.
Did you acclimatise to it, or did you just...
Nah, you didn't.
Just got in there?
You didn't. You just make sure you're really fit, you know, and you've got knee weight problems or anything like that. And I had knee weight problems. I made the scales dead easy. 9'9", it was the championship weight. Yeah. I would be weighing about 9'6", and then he'd come in the scales and it would be just on it as well. Laguna. He was a good fighter, really good. I trained hard for it, like, you know what I mean. I trained in that many temperatures and that many places, like, you know. All the stuff was outside and the fight was outside, like, you know. All my life I've never really had any special meals, like, you know what I mean. The day of the fight, I'll not do nothing because in the morning I'll get up and you go to the hall and get weighed in, and then go back to the hotel, and they would have a nice steak laid out, like, you know what I mean, and a baked potato. I'd have that. Then I'd go for a walk for a few miles, come back, go back to my bed, and then get up at 6 o'clock, 7, and then go to the stadium and get stripped off there and into the ring. For the second fight we had, defended my title once there, then I defended the title in February, and then I fought Duran in July, in Madison Square Gardens. And the bell went, and I dropped my hands. And you see me, I dropped my hands. I turned round, and the referee's stepping in to sort of say, "Stop! Don't go any further." When you're standing there, it's not quite as devastating if you were just to see the punch coming, get the hands down, and get your hands in, hold yourself in. That would be okay, like, you know what I mean. It would be, you know, and if you got a telling off or something, you get that for that. Well, my backside was about to stick in the bottom rope. He came in again, and the bell had gone and just went bang and kneed me right in the groin. God, I would say there, I was urinating blood for days, and the doctor just couldn't help me. He said, "Ken, there's nothing I can do." He said, "All it's doing is some part of your body's been hurt. You're bleeding for a minute, and we can't stop it."
Yeah, frightening. I
know.
And do you think you would have won that fight, Ken, if it had gone the 15?
I don't know. I think I would have won the fight. I think it proves it on the way that Duran looked at it, because the fact is there was only a couple of rounds to go, like, you know, 2 or 3 rounds to go at the most, and he must have said to himself, "I'm getting beat here. I'm going to have to do something." Yeah.
It's a desperate move, isn't it? Really?
It was a desperate move, and I mean, everybody that watched the fight says the same thing. "Oh God, that was a low punch." Yeah. You know, and I say, "Yep, it was that."
You just hit Duran with a lot of flurry of punches, and then I'd
hit him with a few punches, and it was coming up for the end of the bell, and I was just moving to the side, and the bell went, and then Duran just stepped in and went bang, and that was it.
You can see it on the film. The ref asks you if you're all right, and you say okay. I mean, were you in a kind of daze, or? I was in a wee bit of daze. Yeah. And he just said, "Oh well, no, that's it." He says, "That's it," and walked away. You know, and he walked over to Duran's camp and lifted Duran's hand up. It was ridiculous, but there's nothing I could do about it. And his manager knew that I had a wee bit of a bad night. It wasn't a great night I had. He knew that a return fight between the two of us, I'd win it, no problem, like, you know, because I'd be watching out for his low punches. And that's why they kept fobbing it off.
And we've got various times he seems to be ordered to face you in a rematch and just keeps ducking you.
Aye, that's right. His manager wouldn't have it, like, you know, because his manager says, "Buchanan seen more in the fight than you did, Roberto, and you've got to do the same stance all the time." You know, just going in there and just going having a go, like.
It's a shame you never got to fight him again. I suppose that must be.
I know.
It's a fantastic career, but was that the one regret, not fighting Duran again?
That was one of my greats. But me and Roberto, I was with him a couple of months ago.
Were you?
Aye, and it would be going okay, like, you know.
Is that right? It's bizarre, isn't it?
He's about 6'3" now. Because he was only 5'7" when I fought him.
God.
He's about 6'3" now, because he's ate like a horse. And he went on to do very well. Like, you know, he won 3 world titles. Lightweight, lightweight and weighter. And he fought for the light heavyweight title as well.
What did your mum think about the boxing? Did
she loved it. She come to all my fights.
Did she?
Yeah. Then I eventually became a professional. My mum passed away not very long after it. Right. And I'd won the world title. And my dad said, she can see it, son.
Yeah, what a shame.
Aye.
But your dad was certainly always behind you.
Oh, aye, he was always there, aye. Yeah. Then when I've done these illegal fights, like, you know what I mean? They were legal, but they weren't attached to the Boxing Board of Control. Yes. But there was all the same stuff, the doctor, the nurse, the referee, everything was all right, like, you know what I mean? I mean, you wore gum shields. And sometimes some guys used to wear a headband.
All right.
You know, if they were doing an exhibition.
Yeah.
Generally. I've been there, done there.
You certainly have.
got the handcuffs.
Just as we get towards the end of your career, Ken, you did get another fight for a world title. Well, you beat Jim Watt. That was a huge British fight. Jim Watt, who obviously went on to win a world title.
Scottish.
Do you remember much about that one?
Scottish.
Yes.
Aye. Well, Jim was knocking on the door, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I was ready to retire. When I lost my title in 1972, Jim had won the British title, which I had gave up to allow the lightweight side to go on, and you know, different boys win the title. And Jim happened to be the champion at the time, like, you know, and he was Glaswegian, and we had a fight. It was a good wee fight, like, you know, and I beat him in points. There was no animosity or anything, badness in it, like, you know.
Were you confident going into the fight?
Oh yeah, I was confident enough, like, you know. I knew I had that wee bit extra.
Were you always confident going into a fight? Was there ever a point you were thinking, I'm not sure?
No, I was always obvious. I was always, you know, I always knew I was going to be, you know, I was going to win, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to have that belief in yourself, or you wouldn't be in that ring. We're still the bestie pals now, even now, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just one of these fights where Jim was a southpaw, and he was a good southpaw, like, you know. I just kept on top of him and boxed him. So it was a good wee fight, like, you know what I mean?
If it's close, that must be a terrible time when you're waiting for that verdict at the end.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how you feel like, you know, you go for a walk and you wave to a few people in the ringside and just keep yourself employed.
So finally, just quickly over you got to fight for the WBC championship again against Guts Ishimatsu. He was a good fighter then, was he?
He was not a bad wee fighter, that Guts Ishimatsu.
And did you feel that you were getting towards the end of the road by that time?
I was.
You would have beaten him earlier in your career.
Yep.
And you defended your European lightweight title against Giancarlo Usai by knockout.
Giancarlo Usai.
Yep. And then you retired from 76 to 78. At that point, did you think that was it over for you?
I thought it was over, yeah. I thought it was over, but once I had a couple of fights, like, you know, I thought, no, this is not me.
Yeah. I
may as well buck it up, because I don't know, I've not been badly hurt.
Yeah.
In any of my fights, it was in my career, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go getting, you know, a head bang or something like that.
Yeah. So your last fight, Charlie Nash in Copenhagen.
That's right. Aye. Well, that was a con. That was a con. That.
Yeah, you lost by a decision.
Aye.
Did you think you'd won that one?
Aye.
Yeah.
Because Charlie whispered in my ear, we were standing before they gave the decision, you know, Kenny, you've won the fight. He says, you know, I said, but Charlie, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old man, really.
Yeah, and he's on his way up, so there's more money on him.
You're on your way up, and there's more money in you.
Yeah.
And that was that, like, you know what I mean? And then they came up with their results, and it was like 1-1. One judge went for me, one judge went for Charlie, and then the next judge, the third judge, he went for him, like, you know, instead of me. And that was that, like, you know, and that was really the end of it, like, after that.
And then in 2000 you're elected to the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's a brilliant honour, like, to get for the Hall of Fame. I've been there for years, like, you know.
Yeah.
Go way back to Rocky Marciano, like, you know.
Yeah, so that's all Marciano, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, all these
Boyd
guys.
Patterson and all these people, like, you know what I mean. All nice people, like, you know what I mean.
And just to finish up, Ken, probably, so that the best day of your career then, the Laguna fight, was it?
It's me Laguna, yeah, in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
15 rounds.
And was there a sense of, I remember Tyson Fury talking about this, once he'd won the world title against Klitschko, he was a wee bit lost because he'd achieved all his dreams, or did you feel a bit that way, or did you just want to fight on?
No, I just wanted to fight on, you know, and that's what I done. Well, I'd won the world title, and I thought, well, this is it. I'm not going to spoil it by just winning that again, like, you know.
Lightweight champion of the world, Ken Buchanan.
It was one of my relatives, or somebody said something like, Ken, I don't know if you're allowed this, but you should get a pair of tartan boxing pants, or get yourself a tartan kilt. And I said, I can't go wearing a kilt in a ring. Christ, after about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, the water would be on me. And it ended up like that because I wore the tartan pants. I've seen sometimes going into the gym, somebody coming in and they're wearing a sort of a tartan pair of shorts, like, you know what I mean, to train in, like, you know, and they say, got a pair of your pants to me. I says, that's not the Buchanan tartan. I says, that's the McLeod or whatever, like, you know. I went up and spoke to the Lord Provost. Oh no, Kenny, we can't have boxing. No boxing in our ring. I said, listen, I said, you've just had a big do. And that was the Commonwealth Games that we had, like, you know, when there's 70 or something, 71 or 72 or something. He said, no, he says, we can't have any of that. Like, he said, I said, you've had all the bloody Commonwealth Games and all the boxing. I said, it was at Northfield. So I never even took a fight. So I never took a fight in Edinburgh in my life as a professional.
Bizarre, isn't it? What an opportunity missed.
I know. It's a great opportunity.
Footballer who went training with Ken, and he thought the warm-up was the training session.
I've had a good career. I've done everything I wanted to do, and I've won everything I wanted to win. Like, you know, and I've even done things that British boxers haven't even done, even European, and that's be the Fighter of the Year award for America.
After a fight, did you notice all the pain? Was it something that you?
No. You accept no being bothered about it, you know, and no guy enough to want to knock you out.
I mean, you must have a high pain threshold, I would think.
I've got a high one.
Yeah.
Because I've never been knocked out in my life. Well, I was once. It was my ex-wife. It was Carol.
This sounds a bit kind of final, but you're the oldest living British world champion. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Terry Downs was formerly, but you...
Terry?
Yeah.
Ah.
Terry Downs.
He was a lovely guy.
You're surviving British world champion, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Aye.
Well deserved.
Long may you reign.
Yes, long may you reign.
I've reigned long enough. Aye.
Is it the case, because a lot of boxers like Nigel Benn is wanting to have one more fight at 55?
Aye, no, I think he should just leave it alone, like, you know what I mean? Because it'd be a hard fight, like, you know, because whoever he's up against, like, they're going to be chasing him like hell. They'll train hard for the fight, and then they'll chase him. And I wouldn't like to see him being hurt, like, you know, because he's done a great job in the boxing game, you know, and he's put it on the map. Did you feel that you had one last fight in you, or did you think, no, that's enough? Yeah, I thought that was enough.
Did you?
Yeah, I had 71 professional fights.
71?
Yeah, it was all over the world. Italy, France, Spain, America, South Africa, Puerto Rico, San Juan, Miami. So I travelled the world. I topped Madison Square Garden 6 times.
Amazing.
2 times undercarded to me was Ali. And when I went into my room, Ali came in and he says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I'm in the room. I'm getting myself ready for the fight." It's on the night, like, you know, you're on the fight too. You're fighting, I think, Oscar Borovina or something like that. He says, "This is my dressing room." I said, "No, it's not." I says, "Look at the front of the door." I said, "Can you not read?" I said, "It says Ken Buchanan's dressing room. Yours is down the road or somewhere else." And he just left. He just started laughing, like, you know what I mean. He said, "Oh, Kenny, let me join. Let me sit and be you." I said, "That's all right then. Come on, pal." So he sat in with me, like, you know. Aye.
That's a brilliant story, that.
Aye, it's a nice story.
And in terms of, you know, knowing that you don't want to fight anymore, it's not just the fighting. You must have got tired of the constant training, and you must have thought, "Oh God, I've had enough of this." Obviously. Yeah, well, I used to do a lot of training, but not as much as once I retired. That was me retired. I never put any weight on. I was lucky that way. Yeah. My body just doesn't put weight on, like, you know. No. And everything just went fine, like, you know what I mean. And I had 1 or 2 young laddies in for the Sparta Boxing Club, and I used to help them out, like, you know. Right. So there was a few people in the fight game that I used to keep in touch with again, like, you know. So you didn't, because now they have these massive teams behind them, don't they, a boxer? Oh yeah. You didn't have that? Unbelievable. No, I know as much as that, like, you know. I had behind me, I had my manager Eddie, and my dad Tommy, and that was it, really, you know. And the rest was just a bucket man, right? A guy that used to
sit down there and just hand up the water to my manager, who would give me a drink of it,
Yeah.
I never really drank it, really,
No. Did you miss the boxing when you finished, Ken?
Oh yeah, I did miss it, because I missed, the adulation. I missed the clapping and the people shouting my name and things like that. I missed all these things.
Yeah.
And now they still shout my name. It's usually because to get into the bar and get a drink up. Aye.
I turned at the junction, corner of the walk, and spied a well-kent face I had the pleasure to have talked. I said to my youngest, I'll tell you who that is. He's the greatest Scottish fighter, it said, has ever lived. From the backyards of the prefabs to the playgrounds of his school, he backed down to no one, and he always kept that rule. Then the noble art of boxing then became his game. Sparring with a lion heart, a legend he became, and his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh man, undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan. With the British belt and European already tucked away, to a world title challenge in 1970, in the heat of an inferno and a Puerto Rico sun. 15 rounds he went the distance, a world title won. He returned the victor, but no accolades nor praise from the city chamber toughs with their highfalutin ways. But February 71, California, USA, he unified the titles in the city of LA. Crowds gathered at the airport, on the streets thousands came to welcome home their hero, 'cause he was one of them, and his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh man, undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan. Then came the challenge from the Panamanian, hands of stone scrapper, Roberto Duran. After the bell had sounded to win the 13th round, a low blow to his jewels robbed Kenny of his crown. He fought on, but eventually retiring from the game. Alcohol became the debt for the price of fame. That he got up from the canvas and inducted he was named in the World International Boxing Hall of Fame, and his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh man, undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan. he danced with a princess of the royal family, gave shelter in the garden to the great Ali. Told Sinatra at the ringside, I'll do it my way. One day there'll be a statue, and on it will say his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh, undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan.
Thank you so much to Ken Buchanan for sharing his fabulous memories with us, and thank you to Kevin Gore for the use of Edinburgh Man, his excellent song about the champ. If you have a story to share, please pop in to see us at the Little Shop of Memory, our hands-on museum on the second floor of Ocean Terminal Leith. You can also visit our Facebook page to keep up with our regular events and view our wonderful photo videos on our YouTube channel just by searching for the Living Memory Association. We also have a brilliant website at www.livingmemory.org.uk hosting over 3,000 photos of the past in association with Edinburgh Collected. And through the webpage you can also access Thelma FM, our brand new radio station playing records and reminiscence 24 hours a day. Until next time, we bid you farewell.